What's up guys, Gulp here, and today I'm back with another tutorial. And today we are going to model this very simple looking mug, you know, teapot I guess, not mug. And as you can see, uh, it's very it looks easy, but it's definitely is going to give us a challenge. As you can see, it's about 8 inches high, so that is cool. And the best part is, yeah, we got the height, so it will be easy for modeling. And this is from, I think it's from like 50s era. Because of this, the name of this particular mug is tea kettle atomic modern something. I got this from eBay actually. I don't have it, but I got this reference images from eBay. It looked really good. And if you are facing the same issue like me, like yeah, Pinterest is not giving you the ideal reference images, you can go to different sites like eBay, and uh, you can take pictures from there and practice modeling. Really cool stuff over there. And let's just actually start by creating a 8 inches cube. I'm going to actually, other than inches, let's just actually work with centimeters over here. And I'm just going to change my units to centimeter, sorry, not this. And let's just hit F9 and let's go. How much is it? It is about, let's go for, my god, yeah, so this guy has this upside down. It should be like this. So what we can do is about 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, or let's just go by 8 inches I guess. Okay, so our 8 inches is our right here. And let's just bring our cursor down to the bottom and origin to the cursor. And now let's just scale down this to match this. And this is not necessary, but I like to do it. It sort of gives me good sort of like a foundation to work with. And I'm just going to you know make this wire, or sort of like a bounding box, just to help me with the scale. Okay, I'm not going to use this in any way, so let's just see. And sorry, let's go for, we can keep it bounce or wire, it's the same thing. And under this, I'm just going to enable the selection thing here, and I'm going to disable it. So now we cannot move it, but we have like a reference over here. Okay, the other thing what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take a look at this mesh, and let's just try to you know figure this out. Okay, so this is not a this definitely doesn't look like a typical mug. It's sort of like has, let me just, yeah, so it certainly has this slanting shape over here, and it has this also. This part is very typical, so not to worry about it. We have to achieve a circle over here, so that is one challenge. um, this part really looks, the main reason I took this, it looked very interesting because of the handles. It really looks nice. And the other thing what we, this is, we can model it different part, we can model this as a different part, so no worries there. Other than that, yeah, we can model this separate part, and we can definitely achieve this from Bezier curves, so that's not an issue as well. Our only issue will be, or our only challenge will be to get this shape right, the main mug shape. Okay, so I do have few sort of like tricks I want to use, but then I have to try multiple options with that if it doesn't work. So okay, so we have this as well here. So this is about, so about 6, let's go for like 6 inches. Okay, let's set this. I'm just going to, so our x and y, let's go for 6 inches. Okay, yeah, something like this. I'm just going to apply rotation scale. Let's disable this. Okay, so let's keep this as it is. Now we have proper scale. And what else we have to do? So this is basic nuts, and then there is, I do want to replicate this color as well. I'm actually looking forward to sort of like create like gradient or like different colors of this color. So we'll keep that in mind as well. We have a close-up of our handle as well, which will help us in modeling. And let's, without further ado, actually let's just get started. I'm just going to clean this up. Okay, so what I have in my mind, okay, yeah, we can do this right now. Okay, let's just keep this as it is. Okay, I'm just going to bring this about here. Let's go about here. And so what I initially have in my mind is I'm going to model this straight up, and I'm just going to sort of like use the lattice modifier and see if that works. Okay, so I'm not sure about it, but you know, we can try it. And let's just make this 16 vertices actually, and I'm just going to scale this in. And if I check now, you see the scale is already set to 1. I have scaled it down, but it's not changed here, and that is because I'm doing scaling in edit mode. So if we are doing or editing the mesh in edit mode from the start, these options won't change. But if you are not in edit mode and you do scale, always remember to apply this. Okay, yeah, so let's move forward, and I'm just going to bring it about here. I'm totally eyeballing this, something like this. I would also like to keep this on vertices right now, but let's just bring this down, or scale, yeah. Okay, so I need to apply location for this, and now I can bring this down. No, yeah. Okay, so after this I'm just going to scale this bit down, something like this, and let's take it about here. Okay, so now we have to see that our measurements, and it is something like this. And right now you might say like it's not properly curved, it's like there's too much over here and too less over here. But then we can just, you know, adjust this, and we can get our top and bottom part right. Now you also might not be able to see, but it's not exactly round, it is sort of like a oval shape, I guess. uh, so that also we can do from modifiers as well. So I can, you know, what I can do is I can add one here, something like this. Let's add two over here and two over here. We can add one over here as well. And what we can do is I can just select all this. Okay, just see the magic. Okay, let's select all of this. Okay, only the straight edges. Okay, shift sorry, not shift click, the right click, look tools, and we can hit space, so it distributes the vertical edges properly, and then relax, and it automatically becomes like a smooth object. Okay, see how smooth it is. Okay, I have not even like tried to scale the uh, surfaces, okay, or the edges, okay. And after that what we can do is I am going to actually, and now I think it's a perfect time to sort of like add a lattice modifier. And let's just yeah, here either it's too big or it's too small, okay. So let's just try to add something about this. And the settings for this lattice modifier is you get a dedicated panel for this. So let's just increase this by 4 something. Yeah, I think we can go 5. And for this to work, what you have to do is you can apply a lattice modifier, something like this, and you can select this lattice, okay. And for now I think we don't need this cube, so I'm just going to disable this, and let's just see if this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this and try to move something like this, okay. So as you can see, it's following the shape, right, but it's not. What we can do is we can just scale this down and bring this something like here, okay. uh, yeah, sorts of something like this should. Let's try to get the shape right actually. And I think let's check the front area as well. Okay, so we can definitely bring this part out, something like, let's try to make it more smoother, something like this. Let's check the front part, and yeah, it's mostly straight, it's not that curved. It curves only at the bottom, so I don't have the bottom reference here. I really hope I did, but it looks like it's a normal uh, bottom, something like this. And what I can do is I can do two things. I can keep the whole thing, okay. I can keep the whole thing as a backup, and I can duplicate this and sort of like go ahead. So even if I mess up uh, afterwards, I will still have this copy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to what uh, yeah, so shift D, hide it, apply this, delete this. And what I have done is I can hide this, I can, sorry, yeah, so I can hide this as well, or I can just move this to a new collection. And let's just hide this collection as well here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of this, the whole thing, into a new collection as well, and let's just call this backup, okay, something like this. So yeah, this cube as well goes to backup, hide it, and we have our mesh over here, okay. So the next thing you might have discovered that this is not exactly like flat thing, and what we can do is I can just go in here and try to sort of like scale this down and match the reference, something like this. And it looks like that this part is sort of like goes in here, okay. So for that what we can do is we can either bring this down, something like this, and yeah, you get this sort of like curve that goes in here, right. So for that what we can do is I can hit extrude, and I can just bring this down and try to just make it something like this, and let's just skip that for now. And you might also see now I'm trying to see that there is another sort of like curve over here that I didn't took into account. And what I can do is I can either just select one point over here, which is like the center point over here. I can hit O, so it enables the proportional editing. G, and I can scale down my, yeah, something like this. Yeah, so I'm not really big fan of proportional editing. So what else? I think it looks okay, right? Okay, let me just complete this and we'll see if it's looking like that bad, because I think I once subdivided, I think I'm going to get that result anyway. So yeah, I think after subdivision I'm going to get this, so not to worry about that. Let's just disable this, and let's just work on the bottom as well. So bottom, I feel like it goes out and then comes in. Okay, so let's just disable this, and what we can do is I can bring this up, or what else I can do is I can scale this down, scale this down, and I can just scale something like this. Okay, so now it looks like we have sort of like messed up, but then again we can use the same trick. We can select all of this and I can hit space, not the space bar button. Let me just show you. Just select all of this and space. Okay, something like this. So now it looks a bit better. And also what we can do is, now I really think I should actually add another lattice so we can adjust our shape. So I'm going to add another lattice modifier, something like this. And let's just hit lattice and we can select something like this. And I think this is too many segments, so let's just hit 4 over here, and let's just try to okay, so I accidentally applied cast over it, so lattice. Okay, yeah, so let's just try to adjust this. Something like we can now it looks too much like a pear, so let's just we can select this and scale it something like this. Looks fine to me, and I can hit apply. and we have this. And after that we can just, extrude this, so no one is going to see that bottom part. So I'm just going to do control another edge loop over here, so we can tighten these corners up, and then control F and grid fill, and we can, okay, we can do better, F9. Yeah, something like this should look good. Okay. After that, what I'm going to do is, so as you can see, we have sort of like achieved our old shape right here, and we can also use that space thing again, but I don't think it's necessary right now. And as you can see, we have this nice looking round curve. So after that, we need to sort of like model our this thing over here, so it has to be something like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to duplicate this and shift D, and I'm just going to move this to backup. And for this, what I'm going to do is I can either the best thing I feel we can do for this is like simple circle, and then we are good to go. So for this, what I want to do, what I actually wanted to do is, if I sort of like subdivide this and apply, I have a lot of more geometry to work with. So I can either do this, or what I can do is I can either do that, or okay, let's just do without this, and let's just see what we achieve. Or I can just go with, I guess, 8. Okay, since we are going to subdivide this, right, let's go for 8 vertices, and let's just sort of like, it comes after the curve, right, so it is about here. Okay, so I'm just going to push it over here, something like this. And you can do it manually as well. What I would like to do is something like this, and then what I'm going to do is try to we can actually go bigger, something like this one can definitely scale down, so it sort of has this can so no, it does have this sharp corner, so I cannot do that. So let's just keep this something like this. Feels like too much of, yeah, now it feels good. And what else I can do is so let's just see if there's anything we have to do here. Well, let me just separate this, something like, we can take this part, shift D, P selection, uh, something like this, select this edge, and as you can see, it sort of like has this dome shape to it. So there's two way I can do this. Let's just switch to normal. So as you can see, it changes, extrude, alt S, or we can just go for S, and now it gives you like this arrow which we can use for making this curve. See how it automatically starts smoothing out, something like this. Now this is sort of like too much, but then it's not an issue. I can do a simple grid fill, and I do need some. Yeah, looks fine. And after that, it should look, yeah, it looks weird to me now. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, let's just wait for this. And what I can do is I'm just going to go to global, set it to global, and it does have this uh, sort of like height to it, so I'm going to add another edge. I'm just going to slightly select all of this, and I can either scale this up or bring this up, something like this. Or the best way to do this is, I guess, just select all of this and we can scale this in the normal direction, something like this. And then we can add another edge loop and it will take care of it. So this is done, it looks done. And also what I feel I should have done is, so as you can see, it's sort of like gives this weird result, right? So now what I can do is I can just do the opposite thing. I can select all of this, okay, and I can just hit relax. Okay, so let's just deselect these parts. Let's just try to relax it. Yeah, it does gives me a little smoother transition over here. After that, I do want to add another edge loop over here because of this uh, sort of like it has some sort of like uh, height or bump to it. And now what I can do is I can either, let's just union this or join this. I'm going to hit apply, select this, bring it out, and let's just see if this has worked for us. So now it won't directly work because it has this a lot of issues, so I'm going to delete the outer edges. I'm going to delete this edge as well, and what we can do is I can just connect these edges, something like this. We can definitely delete this right now, and we can just join this, or we can use a knife tool to join this, which is more easier, something like this, dissolve this. As if you have any problem where these edges are like connecting and overlapping or any sort of thing, what we can do is the best way to, if your model is symmetrical, okay, only then you can just delete the half part and you can just see what the issue is. So you can see it's all mixed up. What I would like to do is I can just select all of this, merge by center. Now this will create a problem, and the solution for this is rerouting your edge, and we can just delete it like that. Okay, so now it's going above from above and not collapsing at the point. It's not creating a triangle. And then we can just mirror this And what I also wanted to do is I don't want like a sharp thing over here, so let's just disable our normal, and let's just try to give this like a more realistic and a softer shape. Okay, so I'm trying to bring this over here, and now this will always, the boolean thing will always mess our normals. So control shift n, face orientation looks good. So we have our first problem here, which is like uh, double vertices. So let's just find out where that is. Okay, let's go merge by distance, and I think we have fixed it. If I, yeah, so that issue is fixed. And after that, what I'm going to do is I don't need this subdivision right now. I do want it to sort of like add another edge over here, and then just sort of like give this uh, sort of like scale to it, or better than that, what I can do, let's add another thing over here, another edge, and just slightly scale it from like let's go for normal, something like this, just to give that uh, sort of like fake effect of like, yeah, this was a separate part and it has been stuck on it. Don't go too crazy with this. Let's just try to bring this back actually. You can see, so we have this over here as well. So over here what I can do is, if it's looking too prominent, I can just manually try to bring this down. Okay, so it doesn't have that effect. Okay, looks good to me. There is some issue over here and I can take it, we can fix it manually. So we need to sort of like relax few sort of like edges over here. As you can see, it's sort of like collapsing over here, so we can just bring this out, something like this, and I can do a symmetry, and now it looks fine. Okay, let's just bring this down as well, something like this. And also I've seen that it is not exactly like spherical, but more like squished down pipe. So you can see that it has something like this. So for that, what we can do is we can just select this, do something like this. We can bring it more squishy. Yeah, it looks fake. I can add another loop over here then. Okay, something like, yeah, to make this a bit more sort of like, yeah, something like this. Looks pretty good to me, something like this. mm, let's check for some issues over here. I'm just trying to align it, so don't stress over it too much, but try to sort of like keep it as clean as possible. And the fixing of geometry when it's on like low poly is the best way to fix it, because once you have applied this modifier, it's going to mess up your scene more. Okay, so now what we have to do is I have to create this handle, and the best way I can think of it is let's just create this part first. Okay, so I feel it should be about here. I guess it's, let's just take our reference images. Yeah, so it's bit behind, and then it curves, and then it goes here. Take a path over here, and I can just bring this, or I can just do something like origin to the 3D cursor, bring my 3D cursor over here, something like this. And now it's just a matter of matching the shape, so it goes like here. So I'm going to move this and try to replicate our shape, so something like this, so it crosses this part. Okay, mm, how about this? It looks okay, but let's just add more curve to it. So here it's going straight up. Okay, so we need to go like straight up. Let's go like straight up, and it hits over here, and then it just falls back. So let's go straight up, and maybe it hits it here, and then it just comes back, something like this. Looks good to me. And now it's the matter of uh, modeling it on from this side. So let's just select this path, just going to bring this into center, something like this, and try to keep it as a clean transition, not too much, not too less. Something like this. So now it's sort of like getting in. So what we can do is like we can just push it out, or better yet, what we can do is go to the spline options, geometry, and just decrease this a bit. As you can see, it's too much radius, so let's just decrease this. And keep in mind, you don't have to make it so smooth, because I'm going to apply a modifier, right? So let's just keep it something like this, and now let's just try to edit it. Okay, so this needs to come out something like this. Let's try to make a smooth transition. Okay, so this might take us some time. Something like this should work. We can obviously do alt s and we can scale this down, but I don't want to do that right now. What I want to do is I want to bring this in exact center, so I think I should zero out over y. Okay, all transforms, and on the y-axis I can just do something like this. And over here also, from the front, I can just sort of like, as you can see, it's sort of like bends too much, so let's just try to straighten this up. What I can do is I can take the whole thing and bring this up, something like this, something something like this should work. Yeah, so I'm going to keep this as it is. I don't need this. I definitely don't need this. And let's just bring this down here, and let's just model this part. So this will be our bolt, which sort of like connects over here. And for this, what I think I should have done is I could actually yeah, bring this bit out. I think this is a lot more, so let's just go for 8. Oh, let's see if how 5 works. 5 is too less, so let's go for 8 only. And what I can do is I can actually sort of like model this. Yeah, I think I should have modeled this first, but no worries. Let's try to model this. So it has this round shape to it, something like so I need to get into my normals, and something like this. I can add another edge over here. I can select this, bring this up a bit, something like this, and this can go out. And now just applying the scale, all the rotation, I'm going to bring this cursor in. I'm just trying to match this curve surface over here from the all the all the sides. Just bring this about here, and I do need a lot of edges over here, so that's one thing. I think I know how I'm going to get it. Something like here. And whenever you are trying to, or you are working in edit mode, please remember to apply the rotation and other things. Something like, yeah, I can still yeah, let's just scale this by half. Something like this here, and I can just extrude this out to give this a little more area to go through, something like this. And I can do two things. I can either use a shrink rank modifier for with vertices, but then I don't have enough geometry, or I can do what I can do is I can actually just leave this as it is. Okay, so the point so the let's just enable view, so looks good from here, looks good from here, good from here. And it does have this weird sort of bevel over here, not weird, sort of like cool bevel actually. So we are going to add this cool bevel over here, and this part is round, but what I want to do is I do want to add this here because it's round but not that round. Okay, if I hope that makes sense. and let's just see if it looks anything close to it. Yeah, I can definitely scale this a lot down, and let's go to the top view, and let's just go from the front view. And from front view actually I can just, yeah, and just bring this in. And right now I'm using the view transform, sorry, the view gizmo, so it will change from the perspective of your view. And let's just switch to global. Actually, I'm going to just bring this in something like this. And here what I wanted to do is actually I can just actually sort of like let's just try some techniques over here. Okay, so what I was planning to do is I can hit more uh, edges over here, and I can assign a group. Okay, string grab this, and can I, yeah, so that fixes this problem. And I can obviously apply subd, so it sort of looks connected. And this we do have this thing, right? So let's just try to get that as well. And for that I'm going to disable both of this, extrude plus, and now let's just remove this and assign this something like this. Now this will I think I will add a modifier, apply it, and then delete those modifiers. So just let me just try this. So if this works, uh, it's okay. Yeah, so the thing I wanted to do is I can apply a solidify modifier like 2 mm, or oops, 2 mm, something like this. And let's just make this 1, or we can go even lower, I guess. Yeah, so as you can see it sort of like gets that effect. So I think it's need to be before subdivision. Yeah, and now I can just disable my subd and add a simple edge loop over here. So this will give us that uh, that look what we were trying to achieve. This can just, I can actually delete this now. Now comes this nut. So I definitely did not save this file, so just give me a second to save this file. Blend. Okay, something like this. After that what I can do is, can we just disable this for now? Yeah, something like this. Okay, so yeah, now comes the bold part. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to model this separately. Yeah, 8 vertices is what we need, and I'm not going to be like so accurate about it, so we can just do something like this. You can select all of this, control B, uh, something like this, extrude, give it something like this, make it a circle, and I'm going to try to center it out. Now this is my way of doing it, but there are different way of doing this. So these are like how many vertices? Let's just get the statistics. um yeah, so these are like 24 vertices. Is too much vertices for a small thing, but then we don't care about it, so just going to or I can just actually do this manually. Let's do something like this, and hit bevel clamp, and I can select all of this. I can since my cursor is right over here, I can just go to my 3D cursor, scale this down, and I can select all only these edges, something like this, and I can just hit relax and space. Okay, this is like a cheap trick, but it gets the job done, so I like it. Something like this, and for this we can just bring it something like here, extrude, since this part is not going to be available or like you won't be able to see it, something like this. And if I do see, and let's just select its bottom and bring our origin to here. Let's go over here, select this edge, bring our cursor, bring sorry yeah, origin to the 3D cursor, selection over here, and let's just try to match this the best way we can. Let's just hit normal, bring it out, yeah, something like this. And it's a big nut, so like we don't need to sort of like yeah, as you can see, we need to fix this part, because we only need the top part, right? So or we can just keep it as it is as well. So as you can see, this is looking good. uh, so after that, what we can do is I can actually start working on handles, and the handle itself, yeah, it's not too crazy, sort of like we can just okay, so we don't have an edge over here, that's fine. No need to worry, we can tackle this afterwards. What I would like to do is actually I can bring this a bit up, something like this. Okay, um, after that, let's just model our handle. We can start from the cube, and I can bring this up, scale this down, and as you can see, it's sort of like have this shape, a very easy shape, something like this. Yeah, you can see it here, simple shape. I can see it over here as well, and we have this sharp corner and this sharp corner. Okay, so let's start it from here. So let's just have this over here. We have our this sharp corner, and we have our this sharp corner sort of like goes in here, and then we have this. So I think I've gone two behind, so I can just delete this actually. mm, Something like this should work. Also I need to bring this in the center. Can go a more, and let's try to keep it as close to the curvature actually. I think I need to trying my best to keep this curve something like this. mm, Something like this should work. Let's go into the top view, scale this, and what I think I should do is I can just take my knife C for the cut through, and I can just do something like this, and I can delete all these vertices, something like this. And what I have now is this shape over here, something like this, and I can actually add a few vertices or edges to make it more like sort of like uh, curve, I guess, something like this. I can just just looks little neat for me. If you have this quad problem, you can just add another edge over here in between, and you can just double G for like slide, because we are going to bevel this the whole thing, so you don't need to worry about that as well. Something like this. uh, and for this I don't know what I'm going to do is, because it has okay it so it has this shape, right? uh, so I can do two things. So I've added this edge over here, and let me just try a few things. So I'm just going to delete the other half. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bevel the whole thing. Okay, and I'm just going to leave this part. Okay, something like this. Now this will create iron gone. Okay, and I will try to fix that. Okay, control B, something like this, and don't worry about this, we can use that space thing. So just apply. As you can see, it gives us the smooth result. I'm going to set it to 1, apply it, and now we have this a lot of geometry over here, right? So what I can do is, let's unhide it, and I can select these edges. Okay, let's hide this again. Or is it too close? Let's just go back. Well, I can just keep it as it is actually, but then that will be sort of like cheating, but I don't mind cheating over here. Little bit something like this. Sorry, not the backup. Something like yeah. So if I'm not getting any ideas about this, I'm just going to move about this on this here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a simple vertex, or like sort of like a what do you call this, like a fan thing, or merge everything in the center, because if I try to do a grid fill, I'm going to get an edge over here. And for this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this, control I, so I get all of these edges, and I can just space this. Oops, sorry, not space, relax this. So I think I have my, okay, space, and then relax. Also, let's go to the normal, make this something like this, and I think this should give us proper result. Yeah. After that, I'm just going to delete this. We do have this part over here, so what I can do is I can unhide everything, hide these parts for now, shift D, hide it, and what I can do is I can just about here, before that, something like this. Okay, And I'm just going to select all of this, and actually I'm just going to do something like this. Select all of this, Control I, paste delete, Alt H. I have this part over here, extrude, so it has sort of like something like this, and I can just do this stuff manually, something like this. And now we have to achieve this curve, so something like we can either do this, or the fastest way to do this, get a knife tool, select this edge, cut it, select this, delete it. And I did mess it up here, so I have to do it all again. Okay. So what is happening here? Let's just delete all of these faces. I don't need all of this. Let's merge this at the center. Let's merge this as the center. Let's clean this. Okay, to the geometry, clean this up, and let's get rid of this as well from the below. So select. We can I can just actually, so I don't need this actually for the curvature, so I'm not going to delete this, but I'm going to dissolve this and this. Okay, so now we have this proper. Okay, the other thing I wanted to do is we have this cut, right? So what I was thinking, I could have done it, yeah, I can just go to my normal, bring it something like here, use my knife tool and cut through something like this, something like this, and again with the cut through, I can just do another cut through here, something like so I do need to have this a little bit up, something like this, and I can dissolve this edge and this edge. And now I just need to have a bit of like sort of like curvature to it, so bring this down, bring this down, bring this whole thing down, something like this. Yeah, also you can see it slightly goes in, so for that what I'm going to do is we can actually just bridge this. Okay, let's just do a mirror, and also we can just let's just get this triangulated. Same thing over here. And for this effect, what I was thinking is something like this should work actually. So I need to sort of like have another edge over here, and I can just symmetry. This should work. And now just, you know, we can either just do like something like this and have two more edges over here, ml, and then ml. So ml is basically merge at last, so it will merge on the last vertices you selected, and it should give you something like this. I would also like to have a small bevel. Now we have this n-gon, but don't worry about it, it's a flat surface. So let's just sort of like have this type of bevel. I can select this, and let's just keep this something like, okay, see that it doesn't clamp anywhere. Okay, let's take this as well, something like this, and I do need to bring this in between, and I can just hit Ctrl T and here as well. Now I have this triangle, and I can just make this as it is. So yeah, it sort of like looks okay, and I think I should have had what I can do is I can just and let's just try to do something like this. Okay, so it's not giving us, okay, it's too close, so maybe just here. No, it's not working, so let's just get rid of this. Yeah, actually this looks very fine to me. I don't have an issue with this. I can actually, yeah, even if I add a edge over here, this was a triangle, so it is a quad technically, so you can just yeah, looks fine to me. We have a quad over here. Okay, unhide it, and let's just smooth this out as well. Yeah, so I don't think so I'm going to worry a lot about this part. Okay, and let me just see. Okay, so it's been an hour, so let's get done with this. So we do need to select this, extrude this along normals, and bring this below, something like this. Put a edge loop over here and here, and for this I'm going to tighten this edge. We can go a bit more. We can go a bit down over here, or we can just actually eliminate over here. Let's just see. It sort of looks good, but then I do want a lot of tightening over here. Let's just see this. Looks good to me, and uh, yeah, so we are not doing this. Okay, looks good to me. Here what I should have done is, because I do not want to solidify the whole thing, so what I'm going to do is actually let's just try this. Okay, select this all, extrude along normals, sorry, uh, shift D and extrude along normals, just a slight bit. Okay, something like this. Okay, and just merge everything. Okay, and we can try to sort of like match this the best way we can. Okay, and now you will see that it has also created like a subdivision over here as well, so we have to get rid of that. So select this, okay, and then just hit delete. So now if you select this and plus hit plus, now you can see it's working properly. uh, we can add a simple edge over here and a edge over here. We have some extra edges, or maybe we have some face orientation issues. We solve that. If you want to have some like more pop out over here, you can add some yeah, now I feel it looks much better, you know. It looks like it is uh, it was a different part and it's stuck right now onto it. Okay, uh, after that this thing is done, this thing is done, this thing is done, this is also done. For this what I could have done is I can either mirror it, okay, something like this, and let's just disable this as well, and I can just uh, so we have a lid as well, do something like this. mm, and I can just hit subdivision, and let's just scale this and try to match this properly. Yeah, see this weird curve. So let's just fix this actually. And how would I do this is like go into top view and like hit 5 or hit 4 or 6, so it gives you like proper orthographic view. So like just, you know, properly match the curve, something like this, and I can hit apply. So before hitting anything, we can just convert our curve to the mesh. So now it's a mesh. After that I can just do a simple symmetry and hit subdivisions up to level 2, should be fine. Yeah. Now let's come back to this, and so I do want to see what problem we are facing here. I can apply string wrap. Okay, about the solidify modifier. Okay, what I do wanted to do is rather than doing this whole thing, I just try to sort of like have this selection, and since we have applied our string wrap, right, it automatically has that shape into it. Okay, so let's just do extrude along normals, have this something like here, and we can get rid of this extra geometry, only the middle ones. Okay, actually, or we can just keep it, you know, it's not going to be in any game or anything. So I have we run into another issue. So whenever you do this extrude along normals, it will always have this problem. Okay, so for this what you can do is you can just hit delete, and you can select the outer edge, hit delete. Now you can just do this. Okay, so after that I think I should need to add another extrude over here, add another line over here or edge over here for the thickness, and another over here. Okay, so if I do now, so I have this a lot of issues with this. So this is, I feel, definitely a face orientation issue. Yeah, see, after that we can just add another edge loop over here, another edge loop over here, and if this is I think so. After that, let's go to normal. I'm just going to bring this out so it has that thickness. Okay, something like this. You can go inside the pot actually. Let's go into perspective mode. Yeah, just barely touching in. Okay, so now you have this thickness as well. The bolt is properly done, no need to worry about the bolt. And with that, I think so we do have our issues over here. Let's try to fix this. Let's bring in this. What else we can do? mm, let's actually select all this. And we can hit relax. Sorry, before relax we need to hit space. Relax. No, it's making it worse, so not that. I think I should take the whole thing out a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this part and about here. Okay, just going to bring it out, give this a little more space to like breathe. Something like this. So I do have an idea why this is happening. It is because of the low poly count we have for this. But if you have this like over here, nobody is going to, yeah, it's going to get noticed. And I think one solution for this is, I think we can just do something like this. Okay, so this has made some progress. The other issue is on the top over here with this edge. So let's just bring this closer, something like this, bring this up. Yeah, I think it looks a bit okay now. Now I do think that I have sort of like model this very small, so I'm going to just try to scale this. Okay. mm, Actually, let's just select this and now do this. Let's go to 3D cursor. Okay, something like this. And now I think, yeah, it looks proper. Let's go back to the bounding box, and yeah, I think everything is done. So I'm just going to select all, have hit F3, and I'm just going to clear all the modifiers. And this is like a practice I do, like I clear my modifiers. And let me just uh, let me just find it. Clear modifiers, yeah, clear object modifiers. And then I just look at the mesh if there's anything wrong with it, or I can fix for more better smoother surfaces, something like this. You know, we can just make this more rounder, something like this. What else I can do? So it is above ground, so not to worry about that. Something like this. And now when it's everything is done, what I can do is I can hit I will select everything, all transforms. Okay, but I do bring every origin to the particular object, so origin to the geometry. What I will do next is I will going to add another edge loop just for the, okay, we do need to like make this straight and select this as a cursor. I'm going to add a empty, and after that I'm just going to add another edge loop over here just to give this a little more harder bottom. As you can see, no need to worry about the bottom part, since no one is going to see it. Hit everything, and let's just delete this for now. And I'm going to apply control 3, so every objects get the same level of subdivision together. Okay, now I can add a empty, and I use this single arrow, and I can just scale this down, and I can just parent it to it. Okay, I can just go and delete my uh, backup thing, a backup collection, delete hierarchy, and bring my collection, bring my empty into the collection. And now as you can see, we have our pot